I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm vengeance.
I have given a name to my pain.
The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Welcome to the Social Hour, a Batman on Film podcast, batman-on-film.com. This is episode number 164. Let's ride. Pete Verra. Pete Verra's back in the sidecar, side saddle. What's going on?
My dog's barking. Can you hear her?
I cannot.
Okay, all right. I muted my mic. I thought you could. Well, this thing works then. I paid all this money for this mic. It works.
Well, yeah,
the Yeti. Yeah, the Yeti's a real deal. Anyway,
it is.
I'm doing good. I'm doing
right.
pretty good.
Good. How's weather?
Around here, cloudy but warm. So
Warm and what,
pretty nice.
like? Give me a temperature.
high 80s, low 90s.
Okay.
It's hot. You know, it's nice. It's hot for here.
Okay.
Like we get to the 90s, it's pretty hot around here.
Okay. I'll take low
I know
90s.
you're used to that. I know you're used to that Texas weather.
You still think like everywhere in Texas it's hot year round?
No,
or
you sent me
what do you-
videos of it snowing in
Yeah,
Texas. I've
okay.
actually
Okay.
I've actually seen it snow in Texas. I could drive in Texas snow. I will say that though. Like
Yeah.
I would have no problem getting to work in Texas snow. I know you guys have issues, but I imagine Garrett would probably riding in Texas snow to Garrett would be like riding around in.
Well, the
Bigfoot.
thing is, like I've told you before, is that up north you have the infrastructure because that is expected. You know, you have to lay down the salt and the gravel and the whatever, you know, and the de-icing stuff, and that's just part of life. Okay, up here it's not. So when you have
down there, you're down
yeah,
there.
down here, when you have like winter weather, winter storms, ice storms, snowstorm, whatever, and it you know, you get that freezing rain and all that, they don't you know, they don't have the mass infrastructure to make all the roads passable. They'll drop it on the main thoroughfares, but
I don't think it was until I met you where I actually found out it snowed in Texas.
Yeah,
I was like, oh wow, that's interesting.
I like the Panhandle. I mean, that's regular there.
I remember at one point you had
year.
a giant iceberg.
I did. That thing lasted. That was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Well, whatever. Yeah, you got anything? You've been out in that. Have you been using that new grill? Have you used it?
I have
yet?
not. I did not. But I just got myself an Oklahoma Joe smoker. I think it's called a Highland. I think that's a specific model. I've seasoned it. I have not actually used it. I've been too busy just doing yard work, to be honest. I've actually sanded down, stained, and finished a real nice picnic table in the backyard. So the wood came out real good. It's like a little hobby I do every like 2 years when the varnish runs out. But that's basically been taking up a lot of my time. So I've been playing with my picnic table.
I've become obsessed with making salsas and hot sauces.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What kind of peppers? You been using cayennes, habaneros?
Yeah, I've been using different kinds. I'm actually growing some because I couldn't find them in the store. If I'd been to Louisiana, I'm sure I could have found them. I've some Tabasco peppers. I'm growing some, so I can make Tabasco. But I've got I'll make jalapeno. I use jalapenos. So I'll use God, I forget some of the other, habanero I've used.
Habaneros are so hot, man.
There's
Wow.
some I made Cholula. I made homemade Cholula, and
Really?
you had to have two different kind. I forget the exact name of them. And so I found those, and that was cool. I did some with just hot red peppers, and I made a mash with them, fermented them to make the hot sauce, and it turned out really
I've
good.
never made hot sauce. I've grown my own peppers. I've made my own like red pepper flakes and mixes and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's really good. I've made a pepper flake of Carolina Reapers, and there's only so much you could sprinkle. That's
I'm
dangerous.
trying to I'm using measure my recipes. I'm trying to change them up a little bit and get the right. But I mean, essentially, it's vinegar and peppers. That's what you got. That's
There you
what
go.
it is. But you got a few more spices. So anyway,
are you gonna bottle it? You gonna come up with a name? What would you call
I bought
it?
I bought like this 2 big box. I got the big mason jars, and I got just the sauce bottles.
You should call it jet fuel. That's what it should be. Jet
There
fuel.
you go. There. I'm gonna copyright that.
It's a 5%. That's all I want.
Fuel.
I'll take
Okay.
5%.
All right. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Trying different salsas, just regular salsa. And then I've done green salsa with tomatillos, and I've used peach and habanero sauce.
You're Texan.
Yeah. Spice that thing up. All right, let's get into
Chewy's
some
needs
Batman
a platter
talk.
after you.
Yeah. Chewy's I used to love because it's a Texas original, but once they franchised it out and you can get it in different states other than Texas, I'm kind of like, because the original was
I've never been to one outside of Texas, so
yeah, there's like North Carolina and all kind of places now.
Right.
They
Gotta send
franchised
Hoss
it,
out there.
I think he's been. Because he told me about it.
He's got to do a review then. He's got to do a review.
That. Go get that Elvis Presley
BOF
memorial platter. That's my go-to. I'll get it once a year. That platter. That's all. I can.
I had it once a year. I actually had it when I went to the watch party for Wonder Woman. I got it because we went to the theater. There was a Chewy's right outside. I think that was the original meeting place.
Yeah.
And I ordered the Elvis platter.
Yeah,
I did. I was like, Bill talks about this. I got to try this thing.
Yeah,
it was like part of my vacation.
Once a year, I'll have that. All right. So this because we talked about it, and Lauer. All of us speculated on when the Penguin was going to drop.
Yeah,
it's 8 episodes, and I figured. I said, and we kicked it around. I said, you got to think like late September, early October. They want to get all the episodes out by before the end of the year, probably even before the holidays. And you need 2 months. So, well, we found out, yes, we don't have an exact date, but we know it is going to be, it's going to debut in September of this year. So, what are we? 3 months away?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Like to me, this is the sequel to the Batman, in my opinion. It's just.
I agree. I wrote it.
They call it the next
article
chapter.
about it.
The next chapter. I think this is the sequel.
I mean, you don't.
I'm pumped for it. That it's like one of my favorite characters. So
I'm sure you won't have to watch the Penguin to enjoy the Batman Part 2.
I agree with you, but you also don't have to read Riddler Year One to enjoy it. It's just
exactly.
It's a nice little add-on. It's a really good add-on.
I'm sure it will be those who have watched the Penguin before seeing the Batman Part 2. There'll be some things that those folks get. It will enhance your viewing. Is that a good way to put it?
Yes, enhanced. Yes.
So, what do you think about? I mean. What are you looking forward to the most with the Penguin? Just to see how this story continues from the Batman, or how it goes into Batman Part 2, or the other. I'm looking
for more into like the underground of Gotham. I want to see what The Penguin is up against really. I want to see his rise to power. I want to see him take on. I want to see, kind of the mafia split, right? Because at this point, Falcone dead, everything's kind of divided. So I kind of want to see that split, and I want to see, Oswald and Maroney kind of go at it. To be honest with you, I'm very curious to see. That's kind of what I want. I don't know if that's what I'm going to get, but
Yeah,
that's kind of
the
what
whole
I'm interested in.
dynamic of you have Sophia Falcone, and you still have the Falcone family, but not Carmine. But the whole dynamic, this mob war, power struggle, who comes out on
Yeah.
top? Maroney
Yep.
was there at one time, and then it was Falcone, and Maroney was in prison, and he gets out because of the bogus his conviction. I'm sure. I mean, we saw that in the Batman. His conviction would be bogus, and he would return, and the Oz staking his claim to the mantle.
I do think it's funny how the Batman basically takes place in October, November. This movie comes out in September, so it's kind of, I'm trying to figure out when the show takes place. Like maybe the next movie lines up timeline wise at Christmas, or sometime after the New Year. Like,
I mean, they said that literally.
I wonder if they're centering around holidays.
It's days after the Batman.
Days.
There's
So,
still water.
So this is early in the timeline of the
probably
movie.
November.
We're looking at November. We're talking right before Thanksgiving. That plays a lot into the Falcons and everything. It's very long Halloweeny, right? If they're playing into the holiday. I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but
they don't have the holiday killer and all that,
right? But it could be something that has influenced them. I mean, Reeves, Tomlin, everyone else involved. It seems to be something they're kind of targeting.
I'm sure
we'll find out.
It'll influence probably the aesthetic of Gotham. I mean, is there going to be could there be snow on the ground and stuff like that? If it's in November, December,
Gotham during Thanksgiving, that could be fun. There could be some interesting things going around the city that could any villain could wreak havoc on.
Well, see, the Batman ends in early November, right?
Yeah,
because they have election day and all that.
Election day, yeah. And I mean, the movie basically opens on Halloween, so
yeah,
it basically takes place all in November, I'd say, for the most part.
Yeah,
except for maybe
it could be December. I mean, it could be.
Yeah,
it's going to be in the end of it, whatever year that is. It's going to be the end of the year.
It's be cold. We all know I love Batman movies centered in December, like Batman Returns.
Well, speaking of Batman, Pattinson going to show up. I'll bet $1 million of Monopoly money he does.
Yeah, I don't know how much he showed. Do you think we get a full on, or do you think we get for those of us who have read Gotham Central back in the day, just the cape out the door?
I think it's a cameo of some sort.
A little rooftop meeting. Any Gordon speculation on this?
That's another thing. I have not heard anything.
Seems very busy,
but I do question what police are we going to see? Because don't you have to see the police if you having a mob gang war? There'll be something.
I think you do, but here's the thing:
have a presence.
Gotham City is such a large city, right? If we're comparing it to any major city, they all have precincts that patrol different areas. So you may not see many of the same officers, but maybe that's why I think someone like Gordon might overlap a little bit as commissioner. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe it's something as little as Officer Martinez, right? We all love Martinez. If Martinez showed up in Penguin, kind of bridging the gap, I don't think any of us would complain. He was kind of a scene stealer.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
And someone else could be that character. Someone else could, develop into that one character you didn't see everyone falling in love with.
I'm just thinking okay, how much did law enforcement play in The Sopranos? Not very much.
The FBI was involved a lot.
Yeah.
But Agent Harris at some point started working with Tony when they were covering terrorists around 9/11 time.
But it was just those main characters, of the Sopranos.
I mean,
the mob.
The FBI was weaved in and out of the Sopranos. So, they were there and they're not so you could do that with the Penguin. You can make it the central figures, just the mafia, and then weave the government and the.
I'm just spitballing. I just wonder, like, how much law enforcement, including, what do we see of what's left of the attorney, attorney, district attorney's office? Because you got,
yeah,
what's his name?
Do you think they would introduce Dent in the show, or do you think he's too big?
Man, I think we would have already heard it. The casting. I don't know how
There's
you
no
keep
way
that
that's a
quiet.
well-kept secret. Yeah.
It could be. I mean, I'm not saying it. I mean, that thing filmed and I saw hardly nothing,
Yeah.
of it. So maybe they do. I mean, it would make it. I say that, but I'm not a creative. I'll let them do it. But I mean, you almost it could make sense, but maybe you'd wait until the Batman, because that's got to be you're not going to get it's going to be a pretty significant actor, I would think, would get that role. If and when Reeves.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They could do a no name. I'm not sure. I mean, I would let Reeves do whatever he wants. I mean,
yeah.
Unless he's gonna, unless he's like
like
Al Pacino is gonna be Harvey. Like, isn't he too old?
It wasn't like Aaron Eckhart was just this A-lister when he got the role of Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight.
I don't know who any of these people are until they reach these superhero movies, to be honest with you. But yeah,
you didn't know who Aaron Eckhart was?
I didn't know who he was until he got cast in The Dark Knight, and then I saw him in a movie before The Dark Knight just to see who he was. I think it was Catherine Zeta-Jones, and it was a rom-com, and they were two chefs. I forget what it was called, but I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I was like, I could see this guy playing a lawyer. Like
he way back in the early days of BOF, I'm talking like 2000, he was once rumored to be Gordon
really?
When they were working on that year one thing with Aronofsky and Frank Miller. That was a long ago, but yeah. So he ended up being Harvey Dent. He was his profile was a little higher back then than it is now. He still works pretty regularly, but he just kind of faded away. I mean, you would think that with The Dark Knight, he would have.
Hey man, sometimes you make enough money and you're good.
Yeah, but right? I mean, he works. Like, he did a Frankenstein movie. He played the Frankenstein monster, and he's just.
Dude, I would love to have Aaron Eckhart's acting career.
Well, yeah. So,
let's be honest. I would take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So anyway, the Penguin comes out here in September. So it's going to be some good Batman stuff and a lot of stuff for us to talk about here on Batman on Film.
Oh my God. Batman's been such crap lately.
You got Cape Crusader, and that's in August. I mean, that's like almost just like, I can even, we're getting we're almost halfway to June. I can say, okay, it's halfway June. So we'll check June off now, even though, once you get that past that halfway mark, and then you just got July, and it's like August 4th or something like that.
I'm telling you what, man, I'm really looking forward to this because honestly, I don't know if it's just me, but like, I will just speak for myself. Like, I've just had Batman's just been crap lately. Like, the new Batman stuff's just been bad. Detective's bad. Batman's bad. I'm not enjoying a lot of I haven't been enjoying a lot of the comics I've been reading in general. And that's where I get my Batman fill from. Like, it's really bad. I'm not enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to new stuff that hopefully I will enjoy. I'm really looking forward to Cape Crusader. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Joker. I'm really looking forward to Penguin. Like, I think I'm really going to enjoy Joker. Like, I'm looking forward to it, which is basically the sequel to the most depressing thing I've ever witnessed with my own two eyes.
I know.
That's how bad I think the state of Batman is in current production.
It's
in my opinion, outside of
the movie stuff. You got Penguin, you got Comic Joker 2, you've got Cape Crusader. It's going to be a pretty good
I'm really excited
run here with Batman. Batman
thank God
stuff.
for Merry Little Batman. That kind of held me over for a little bit.
Oh, that was good. Yeah,
that was good. But stuff. Like, man, everything in between has been crap.
Hell, put the Batman in. Watch it.
Yeah, thank Batman 89 Rises. They've been
watch 89. You've got 35th anniversary coming up here shortly.
And actually, I'll say I'm enjoying Spider-Man so much more. If we're just comparing the heavy hitters, I think Spider-Man books are really far superior to the
I
Batman books
did.
in terms of quality right now.
Speaking of Batman 89, two things. I got Michael Uslan coming on tomorrow. So this is going to be a 2 for social hour week.
Look
We're
at
going to
you.
talk. We're going to talk about Batman 89 and its impact on Batman on film and just the superhero movie genre and its legacy. So that'll
That's
be
gonna be a
coming
good
out
one.
probably. I'll probably put it out Friday, even though
If
I'm
you like
talking to
that,
Michael
then you should
tomorrow.
also watch the YouTube stuff I did for BOF where I talked to
Yeah.
Uslin.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
that, what, 2016,
Was it
2017,
that
around
long
there? It
ago?
was a long time.
Damn.
Yeah, I always had 5 years due to the pandemic. Right. Everything seems like it was 5 years longer.
Well, speaking of new Batman stuff, not Black Label, it's Elseworlds. Elseworlds is coming back.
So Elseworlds and Black Label are different. I'm digging it.
Yes.
I'm down for that. I
But
think that's a cool idea.
did you like a lot of the Elseworld stories back in the day? Or how or
No,
what's your favorite? Let's just cut it. Well, instead of going through all of them, what's your, if I say Elseworlds, which ones did come to mind? Which ones did you enjoy?
obviously Gaslight comes to mind. But like I always think the Elseworlds stuff was always a little far out there for me. Like I remember Elseworlds always being like an annual, and it was, like it was taking the character and putting him in like, such a weird or awkward, like obviously Gaslight did its thing, but like, they did weird ones with Steel. They put like Superman in like a pilgrim era. Like they just do weird takes. I think they made them all apes one time. Like it was always just in order to do an Elseworlds, it was always like, okay, we're gonna take our characters, but put them in a weird take. So to be honest with you, no, I don't really enjoy them. Speeding Bullets, we're gonna take Superman, but we're gonna make him Batman, but he's gonna have super. It's just okay. Or we're gonna have Stan Lee redesign DC characters, Elseworlds. I'm like,
Well, that
that's not
wasn't
really my jam.
Elseworlds. That was
Was that not an Elseworld?
mm-mm,
All
mm-mm.
right. Well, I didn't like that either, but I feel like it fits in with
That was a
Elseworlds.
whole separate Stan Lee's take on DC. I
But
forget exactly what they called it.
I don't like those things basically, and that's kind of what Elseworlds always was to me. And there was a few standouts.
Well,
But
there was some that I mainly I read the ones that were Batman focused.
Mhm.
And of course, Gotham by Gaslight is one of my favorite Batman stories, period. When I say when they said, give me your list of your top 5, it may be a top 5 of my favorite Batman comic book stories, period.
Mhm.
And that was the first Elseworlds. You had the one where he was Bruce Wayne.
I don't even think it was originally branded. I think it came out.
No, it
after.
wasn't the first, but they made Elseworlds right after that, and so retroactively it's considered the first one. There's the In Darkest Night, where Bruce Wayne was a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You mentioned Speeding Bullets, where it's Kal-El. It's found by the Wayne. It's found by the Waynes, and then it's the whole Batman story. But they always were like a
remix.
It was all right. I mean, it's okay, but
I
Gotham
mean,
by
I own it.
Gaslight,
I've read it.
I love. I
I'm
know. I
happy to
always
have it.
wanted to see a animated film. They did that. I liked the animated film. It had a
I
sequel.
love the animated movie.
Yeah, I did too. They had the animated. They had the sequel, Master of the Future.
I actually don't think I've read that.
Yeah, that's the direct sequel.
I don't think
that
I've read
up
that one.
then.
I don't think it's not as well received, which is probably
no same creative
it's like
team.
the Dark Knight Strikes Again.
No. It's way better.
Not that bad.
It's a way better follow up to the original than that. So, but it's okay. I'd read it. I like that world. Was it Earth 19? Is where you find that Batman. So anyway,
there are more interesting parts of the multiverse.
There's a new one.
Yeah.
Elseworlds is back. There's several. There's like 6 Elseworld stories coming out, and like 5 of them are Batman or something. It's funny. Most of
the
Batman
Bat sells.
Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. So you see where this is going just from the title. Issue number 1 dropped on this past Tuesday, which was that yesterday? Yes.
Yes.
On the 11th. And I am reviewing this for Batman on Film.
Yeah. Okay. Joy.
I'm doing a and
When was the last time you did a book review? You don't do them often.
Probably something Black Label. I haven't done them. I used to do all the reviews, and I went, I can't keep up with this. And then, then I added y'all. So
yeah. Then you started paying us.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like I'm getting paid for this.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Making $1 million
Fat
a day.
checks.
Yeah. But they announced it. It's another sequel to Gotham by Gaslight. I guess this is your part 3. And then with the Kryptonian Age, I was like, do I really want Superman to show up in this, a Victorian era Superman, when you had a really, really grounded world for this Batman? So I read issue number 1 with hesitation, and it was I gave it a B+. It was okay. You read it, right?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like any of it?
No. I'm just not into.
Okay, there's 2 ways of not liking something.
I did not enjoy it.
You cannot like something because it doesn't jive with your sensibilities, or you cannot like something because it's bad. I would not. I don't think I would not say this is bad.
I'm not saying it's bad.
I thought the writing was pretty
I think
good.
Detective's bad. I'm not saying this is bad. This is not my thing. I don't want to see Catwoman dressed as Zorro. I have no interest in Superman, a steampunk version. Not my thing.
But you like the Gotham by Gaslight animated film.
Yeah, I guess like right now, I may not actually be the best person to talk about this because I'm just disappointed in a lot of Batman comics in general. And it's like, can Batman just be Batman? Can he have 2 hands? Can he have Alfred? Can I have one Robin? Like, honestly, like, I'm not asking for much. Can he live in Wayne Manor with a T-Rex in his Batcave? Like, can we just make the character again? I don't want any more takes. I just want Batman to be Batman. And I'm fed up with DC Comics' take on Batman lately. I think it sucks overall. It's just bad in my opinion.
I'm not gonna
Batman. It's
I'm
some
not gonna
variation
argue
of
with
Batman.
you. I'm not gonna argue with you.
I'm just not enjoying a lot of
the legacy titles and the monthlies, because I haven't read Detective in I don't know how long, and I read Batman just out of habit, basically. And I read the upcoming issue that's coming out later this month. I read yesterday, and I was like, it was so like. Have you read that one yet? Because I can't.
No, I haven't.
We're under embargo.
And it's also like it's not this. This one's not the same creative team as the first one, so I'm like, I don't know. It's also 12. There's 12 issues. There's going to be delays. It's going to take a year and a half. It's Batman. It's got Batman 89 Echoes written all over it again in terms of release schedule. I'm warning you all right now. I honestly have, outside of, as crazy as it sounds, like outside of like Shazam and Wonder Woman, I have like little to no faith. And Green Lantern, even like DC Comics is not publishing good Batman Superman stories in general.
I liked it.
It's okay. It's an okay story. They do a good job of introducing Catwoman and where she is and her status. And then, the the Kryptonite's green. The Superman stuff, I got my greens mixed up. Like, that's all. I get it. It's just, this is just not my jive.
Pete, let's pause just for a moment for these words from our sponsors. Spoiler alert. Okay. It opens up in Kansas, Native American territory. With the Kents are homesteaders, and they're on a covered wagon, Martha and Jonathan Kent, and something comes out of the sky and crashes next to them, and you can guess what it is, but we don't see what the what's in it, but come on, you figure it out. And then later on, you get the dynamic of Bruce is still with Julie Madison. She's repping him at a Wayne Foundation function at Gotham Museum, where they're having a new not a display. What do you call it? What do you call those when they have it in museums? Exhibit, yeah. And it's called the Kryptonian Age. And I'm like, okay, so there's question marks there. How is How does why do they even know about what Krypton? Do they know about Krypton, Kryptonian age? Where that is going. Catwoman, I like the way she's very Selena Kyle Catwoman. There's not much difference there. She's kind of a Robin Hood-esque type character, but she's got
What
a
you
lot
think of the
money.
outfit?
Like Catwoman.
I didn't like the outfit at all. You thought so?
Yeah.
I didn't dig it. I thought she looked like so.
I mean, she looked fine. It looked like Catwoman.
All right, fine.
You know? We get just a little bit of Batman, but Batman does show because he shows up.
I thought the tease of Batman was actually very good. I kind of liked the buildup. I will say that. I just want, I don't know what to call it. True blue Batman, not in terms of actual color, but I just want Batman.
Well, that's what the monthlies, the legacy titles are supposed to be about, and
I'm not getting that, and that's my problem. Like, this is more of a Peter problem than anything else.
Yeah,
I'm just not fine.
What I would say. I'm not, like the Black Label.
I'm such a dweeb. I'm complaining about Batman comics.
There's the Black Label stuff is fantastic for the most part, except for that Reptilian. But they take liberties.
How far did you get in Reptilian?
About one issue.
Yeah. Okay. I think me and Laura, I think, bowed out after 2.
I mean, I read that.
It was really that might be the strangest Batman tale I've ever read, and I never finished it. But it's like very awkward.
There's that one going on right now. It's not Black Label, but it's not Elseworlds. It's not in continuity. It's at
Space Age Dark. What is it? Yeah. Lauer likes it. I'm not really. No, iffy
I didn't care for it too much. But
again, I like the idea. I think it's the execution.
This Kryptonian age, I was fine. We'll see where it goes. I don't know what how long it's going to take to get to Superman. And I mean, from the teases we've got, it looks like he's got almost a cowboy look to him with a cowboy hat and stuff. I don't know.
It kind of makes sense, I guess.
And I guess he grows up in Kansas, and
right.
Yeah. So
was that a big part? Was that ever part of Texas at one point?
Cowboys?
No, like that was like when the country was like kind of forming, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's the early days of
Well, yeah. I mean, Texas, getting me on my history teacher side here.
Well, that's why I asked you.
Yeah, Texas was colonized.
Mm-hmm.
Texas was part of Mexico. It was part of Spain, and then was part of Mexico. And Stephen Austin brought American settlers to Texas in the 1820s and 30s, and then you had the Texas Revolution, and Texas became its own country, and then it joined the United States, and the blah blah blah. But yeah, there was a lot of pioneering and people.
So I feel like that influence was around there, definitely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, with opening it up, with this, it remind me of with the Kents going. They're leaving the east. They're going west. They're up Kansas
for the gold
territory.
in California.
It's not that far. We're not
there yet. No Kowalskis.
It's 1860s when the rocket lands. That's when it starts out.
Okay.
So it's 1860. So the California gold rush had already happened. That was in 1849. I'm going really nerdy history teacher.
That's fine. So Justin's already in California right now.
But no, they opened up Kansas, in the 1850s, Kansas-Nebraska Act and all that, and Homestead Act, and people came to that area to settle. You could go squat on land, and if you stayed and farmed it for, I don't know, I forget exactly the number of years, it became yours. So that they're weaving that.
Imagine the amount of farmland Superman actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I've never actually thought about it before, considering he is a farm boy. But I'm like, man, he must have planted some seeds.
Yeah.
Of corn.
They should have had the most profitable farm. I mean, you had him working on the farm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I appreciate him going out there and helping the world, but he could have been the best farmer of all time.
So we'll see with where Superman comes in. I mean, you get a green ring that's clearly kryptonite, unless, like I wrote in my review, unless it was Avon Sir who popped out of that
maybe
that rocket. But I'm that's tongue in cheek. I mean, they're not going to do that. It's clearly kryptonite, but back to the Batman mythos, you get Talia in the League of Shadows in this one, nod to Batman Begins. So
I did like the League. I thought the League was fun.
Yeah.
I like Talia. I thought she was up to roll tricks again. I dig villain Talia.
So we
as
will,
much as I love romance interest, but
we'll see where this goes. It's piqued my interest. Now, if it gets too far out there, I kind of would go, but maybe they don't get too far out there.
I was talking about this with Lauer. Are you surprised we're getting this and not something in Murphy's White Knight verse they kind of set up? Like, I felt like they set up more expanded, or is this kind of in that model where they're going to expand these other, Murphy, I think, is Black Label. This is Elseworlds. Do you think this is going to be something that they do?
Like this particular, the Gotham by Gaslight world?
Yeah. Can you see, are we headed towards more of a Gaslight DCU? I'm seeing the universe in this continuity,
I know what you're saying. So we're going to get a spin-off with that Superman at some point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
maybe that spins off.
That wouldn't be out of the question. I read an interview. It was Andy Diggle, who is the writer.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about being apprehensive, but he went into it was like, okay, the take was like, where are the other DC heroes? So
yeah, maybe this is kind of like the Earth One books.
It would not shock me if they did. I don't know, like I kind of made fun of it or had fun with it in my review, and is it Smallville by Gaslight, Metropolis by Gaslight? I mean, I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, I could certainly see if this was a hit, you could spin off this Superman and do an Elseworlds with Superman. So we shall see. Anyway, it's piqued my interest. I'm reviewing it for Batman on Film, so I'll stick with it through all 12 issues. And if it stays this B+ range, I will be happy with it in the end. If it falls apart and just veers off into nonsense, then
are you reading it digitally or physically?
I am buying the physical.
Look at you.
Just to have.
That's it.
And I'm very selective what I get physical, and I usually get a lot of collections now. I'll get some number ones or some certain issues of things, but digital. I mean, disclaimer: Batman on Film gets early looks at all DC comics each month for reviewing purposes. So disclaimer. So anyway, this is kind of, I know it's not Black Label, but it's kind of giving me that my Black Label hit, that because I think that's the best stuff. So you gonna stick with it, or are you out already?
I will read it for Lauer's Batman Book Club, but I'm not gonna buy this. I'm kind of in a little bit of a silent protest.
Well, I bought the number one, and then I'll get the collected version when it comes out. That's how I'll do it.
I'm going to the shop now. I mean, I'm not buying a lot of Batman books, to be honest with you. Like, there's other books out there that I just think are better than the State of Batman being published right now, and that's kind of where I am. I'm reading everyone else but Batman, even though I do read it for review purposes and the Batman Book Club is a review purpose. So yeah, that's it. Thanks to Batman on Film for helping me save some money on stuff I don't want to buy.
All right, let's finish up here with some. I'm gonna go on some rants.
Here we go. Who are we gonna piss off today?
I don't know.
Someone.
Let's see. But just. I'm still amazed, pissed off in a way of how much a nothing story gets turned into a clickbait story when it just would be so much easier to just ignore nonsense and BS. everything is magnified for no reason whatsoever other than to magnify it and get clicks and hits on these websites. And so we had, I guess a rumor went around that the Batman part 2 and 3 might film together, and it just went everywhere. And then, it shows up in freaking Twitter feeds and social media and whatever, X, whatever the hell it is. And then James Gunn answered, someone asked James Gunn and he answers, I don't know where, on Instagram threads or something, somewhere that said not true. I don't know. I heard before this a while back, not too long ago, when I say a while back, but that it was kicked around. So I don't know if they're going to do it or not. Maybe they're not going to do it. James Gunn says no. Maybe they, Matt Reeves decided, no, I'm not going to do them back to back. I don't know. So I just heard it was kicked around. That's just a rumor. But then that gets me on my only thing with, I'm not going to give James Gunn a lot of advice, but I would say if he asked me any advice, I'd say, okay, stop announcing projects and stop answering fans' questions. Stay off social media. Pull a Chris Nolan. Even do the Matt Reeves version. At first, it was cool. It was refreshing for him to shut down a lot of the bullshit. But now it's too much. Stop with it. Ignore these people.
Yeah, if staying off social media is probably something we all could do. I don't really care either way. But yeah, I don't know. I was excited. I saw 2, 3, and I was like, okay, here we go. Like things are going good. I thought everything was positive. I actually didn't know the details of it, but then I saw everyone said, "Oh, it's going to be back to back," and it was like, okay, I was like, all right, well, Penguin's coming in September, guys. Like that's again, that's my focus.
And that's another thing. I'm going to talk with. You're going to moderate, and I'm supposed to have we're going to have me and Justin are going to discuss and debate the future of DC on film, this DCU, what's going on here on the social hour, hopefully maybe next week. We'll see how schedules go. But it's just I'm tired, and also I'm tired of people talking about freaking DCU Batman when you got the Penguin coming and you got the next Batman film is in 2026, and it's going to be filming here probably within 6 to 8 months. We have another Batman, and there's another solo Batman film coming. We're in the midst of the Batman saga, and we have bullshit online about such and such, here's a Photoshop of so-and-so as the DCU Batman, and who's going to be the DCU Batman, and C-list characters or C-list actors campaigning for stop. You've got a Batman film coming in 2 years.
Yeah, I think that there's just some people out there who are just a fan of that take, and that's what they want, and maybe they just have no interest in solo Batman.
I'll always, and this is part of when I say, stop announcing stuff. You think Andy Muschietti is going to direct The Brave and the Bold?
No, I thought that was a pure move.
There you go. Do you think that the description that Gunn gave of that movie is going to end up what they do if and when they make that film?
I have no idea. I feel like
the answer is no.
Constantly in
not.
flux.
There's the answer to that. That was rhetorical in a way. So
I don't know. Like I said, my focus is always the Penguin. So
that's my point. You got the Penguin here. You got another solo Batman film coming.
Who knows if
and when they're going to get the DCU Batman.
I got to get through Superman first, then that part of the world, right? In the
let's get. Can we just get Superman first and see how it does? Quit announcing shit.
but
Okay.
they do what they want. This is no different in my opinion than what they've been doing. They announce stuff, it doesn't get made. They announce stuff, it does get made. When they make something, I go see it and I'll judge it for what it is. But like
So
I said,
you get all
I'm
worked
thinking
up.
really close, but I get worked up about comic books.
So when we have these announcements, you get all worked up about it, like, oh yeah, and
I get excited. I'm like, okay,
or
this
you
is
just blow
nice.
it off.
I'm like, okay, this is what you want to do. Let's see if you actually do it. Like I like it.
Okay. All right.
I'll give it a
Stop
shot. But
announcing
like,
stuff. That's my anyway.
I don't care because, like I said, I lived through the Sujihara era. They announced the whole entire slate and they made like 6 movies.
Well, here's what I know.
I'm sorry if this is your first time.
Okay, here's what I know. The Penguin's coming out in September of this year. It's the next chapter of the Batman saga. Batman, the Cape Crusader, comes out in August. I'm like, just a little over a month. And when you do my math, it's like a month because I'm already dismissing
Texas
June.
math.
Yeah, June's gone, so I'm already in July, and so it's a month away.
Yeah, like I said,
and then you got Joker 2 coming in October.
Like I just said, the way I get my Batman usually is comic books, and right now I'm not getting my fill from comic books, so I'm really looking forward to something new and different, and something I can hopefully enjoy, and that really kind of takes place the end of summer between Cape Crusader, the new writing team on Detective, and Penguin and Joker. Like that, the fall is when I'm apparently really looking forward to, which sucks because I guess I can't wait to get to the end of summer. But that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, before we
What's
go,
coming?
on a positive note, you got any new collectibles?
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Patrick Johnson.
Okay.
Patrick posted a link on Amazon for I think the Nightfall Batman, the black variant. I was able to pick that up. I got the black Batman, I got the blue Batman because that's Bill's favorite, and I got both of them, and I love the classic Batman design in those 2 color schemes. So thanks to Patrick for hooking me up with that. I appreciate it. And Frank sent me a bunch of links to a bunch of stuff. I bought some of it, didn't spend all of my money. So shout out to Frank. He's always giving me the heads up. I think with the returns figure with the Batwing. He hooked me up with that. So shout out to Frank. That's in the mail. I got on the way.
That's a what's that? That brand.
Which one?
The
Spin Master.
Spin Master. I bought that.
Is that what it is? Is it Spin Master?
I don't know. Yeah, I bought that. That Spin Master Batmobile.
It might be. I'm not sure.
The Flash
actually.
was good. So
that was good. Yeah.
And I said I'll get this Batwing. I've
got the new Alfred figure that's coming in the mail next month, and the latest Tim Drake Robin suit.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Alfred, a McFarlane Alfred.
If you can fill dead air, I could check my Amazon wish list. I forget which one it is.
Okay,
but, I recently picked up
which Alfred? Comic book Alfred.
Hold on here. Let me just sign into this Amazon.
Michael Caine Alfred.
Let's see, orders. Where is it? But it was, let's see.
Alan Napier Alfred.
I believe. Yes, Alan Napier. It's the Alan Napier Alfred.
Okay, so it's one of those 6-inch.
Yeah,
Batman 66. Okay, all right, I've seen that one. Okay.
I don't have that, so that'd be nice.
I thought we were talking McFarlane and stuff. I was like, there's an Alfred McFarlane now that I haven't seen.
I don't think so.
I don't think they have one. Okay. What else? Anything else?
That's it. That's all I got. That's it.
And now
we're suggesting thing.
Get the Forever set.
Oh yeah, I did buy that. That's what Frank sent me. The Forever set. That's exactly what Frank sent me. The Forever set. That's what I bought.
Okay. I've ordered that. I ordered the Forever set.
I ordered that directly from McFarlane. I actually saved some money, including his crazy
I did too.
shipping.
There was a discount.
Yeah.
I ordered it. So anyway, I got the Batman Forever. I got the set. No, I will not take them out of the box, so I will not get to see the giant bat.
You got to let me come over and show you how to display
no.
these action figures. You're not doing it right. You'll have them all out. You'll save space.
I got them. They're out right. I look at them right now. I see them. I even got one with a stretch. It was plastic, man.
What we need to do is actually expand the office into that hallway. Let me discuss this with Rachel. I know a guy.
She was raising hell yesterday. Like I get OCD in here because there's so much stuff, and I got to get out. So I was going, well, okay, well, you don't have to come in here. This is my place. Go in the kitchen where you belong, Rachel. That's what I said.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bill Ramey,
So-
kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs.
So I got the Forever set from McFarlane. I got that Spin Master Batwing.
I don't know if that's actually Spin Master. I gotta give him credit. Let me check.
It is Spin Master. I know, yeah, it's Spin Master.
I do also have Batman Resurrection coming in October. I know I'm just looking at my to be shipped Batman list, but that's also coming. I'm excited for that.
All right. I'm thinking
very excited for that,
around.
actually.
Oh, I got the not McFarlane, the Funko Pop Dark Knight Returns with the glow in the dark lightning.
Did you
the
see
box.
the Funko Pops Lauer sent us yesterday?
Yeah, unfortunately,
that Beach
son of a
Joker is a
bitch.
must. I might not get Vicky Vale, but I'm there's like that and the
Man,
Bloody Batman. I think I got that in a 2-pack with the Joker. I don't think I need that one. Safe.
I've got that Joker. No, it's Batman in front of the Bat computer with the Joker on the monitors.
Yeah, that's like,
okay. I'm gonna have to get that because I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was a good one
when I saw it. And then, man, I'd like to have that Batmobile with Batman in it. But I think there's the Batman with the, spreading the cape kind of on the stand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to limit I'm going to get that one, the stand with the cape out, and I'm going to get the freaking computer monitor Batman. So there you go.
They're good. I'll tell you what, sometimes they make an insane amount of Funko Pops, but every once in a while they make ones you just can't turn down.
There's one I keep staring at. It's on eBay and the price fluctuates and I don't have it. It's the Jack Nicholson Batman 89 Joker, the one with the paint melting on his face.
I don't have that one either. It's hard to find.
Yeah. So
how much is it on eBay?
I don't like I've seen it like $50-$60. I've seen it in the like 24. But then when you see the 24, you go, okay, I can do that. And then the shipping is like $400 for shipping. You know what I mean? So
yeah, eBay's tricky.
One thing I did get, and this is crazy. 2 years ago, I bought this and I completely forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
Completely forgot about it.
All right. And it came in the mail finally?
No, I got an email that it is coming. It's about to
still
ship
not here
soon. I gotta look it up because I forget. I'm gonna get to get the company's name.
Is it the signed picture of Keaton?
No, it is. Damn it! It's basically a. I don't want to say rip off. It's not a rip off. It's Mezco. You know Mezco. They're good stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It is a Mezco. It's called Mezco 112 Collective, the Batman. Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen it. They make good stuff. I always think it's a little bulk. Their stuff is a little bulky, but yeah.
So yeah, I got that, and I had forgot, and I had paid for it already, as well. I paid for it like 2 years ago when it first was announced. Completely slipped my mind.
This long? Wow.
Or a year and a half. I mean, it was not long after the movie came out where they started. So I'll have that. And it's got different, it's kind of like the Hot Toys. It's got different faces you can put on it. And all
it's more like it's a higher, it's not as expensive. You'll save like $200.
It's got the wingsuit and everything.
That's cool.
Different hands and gadgets and all that stuff. So I'll get that.
There you go.
It's going to be cool. I've got it one Mezco. It's Michael
That you got to take out of the box. You can have some fun with that.
I'll take that one out probably. I've got the Michael Keaton Mezco. You ever seen this one? It's Batman 89 and his head's a little bigger. It's almost bobbleheadish looking, but it's not. And it's his, you can move his arms. I got him like this with the cape. And then behind there's a little dial on the back of his head, and you can make his eyes move.
His eyes, yeah.
Like it's Michael.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So yeah. So when I saw that, so anyway, all right. That's what I got. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we wrap, the Mavs, are they done? I
think, and I'm going to just be objective right here. Boston's better than the Mavs. I think Kyrie and Luka. I think Luka's the best player on the court. I think Kyrie, and he hasn't shown it. I think they have the best two players on the same team. But as an overall, Boston, that defense is legit.
Yeah.
I'll say this: if they win, if they don't win tonight, we're recording this on Wednesday, the 6th or June 6th, June 12th, 6 month, June 12th. I think it could get swept.
I don't think the Celtics have gone to a game 6 in this playoffs. I think they pretty much won every round in convincing fashion. So
I would say
they've been the best team in basketball all year. So
I say they have to win both games in Dallas. They have to win both games.
I think the Mavs win a game. I don't think they get swept. I think they win a game.
If they don't win both games, then it's over.
I don't think they're winning. Is Mike all right? I know he's a big Mavs guy.
Yeah.
He's a big Luka guy. He's loved Luka.
I'm not going to complain because no one expected the Mavs to, it was basically they didn't make the playoffs last year, and this year it's just make the playoffs, and they get in and they end up winning the Western Conference. So
I guess we said before, you've been on a good run. Rangers.
Yeah, I mean the Rangers
went to the conference
last
final
year. Stars were, So
Cowboys they're the only ones not holding up the end of the bargain.
Well, we go to the playoffs and then we get kicked out in the first round. So
what is the difference between a Cowboy playoff run a deep Cowboy playoff run compared to this Mavs run right now? Like Mavs in the finals, first time
not even close.
Yeah, it's just
not even
the Cowboy stuff just takes over.
Not even close.
Maybe I would love to see the DFW during a deep football run. That'd be interesting. That fan base.
It's just no comparison. I mean, this is Cowboy Town.
Yeah,
and they support.
It's like certain places, like Dallas, like Montreal. If the Canadians ever went on a deep cup run, I'd like to check that out. There's certain cities and certain sports. Even the Celtics right now, they love their Celtics. But like the Red Sox in 04 must have been, I lived the opposite end of that. But in the Boston area, it must have been insane. Couldn't imagine. Stuff like that's cool.
Yeah, y'all Yankees couldn't do that 1918 anymore after that, huh?
No, we got to start a new one somehow, some way, somewhere. Got to beat them first.
Yeah,
I haven't done that yet either.
All right. So that'll do it for this episode of the Social Hour. Almost what's going to check out right here. Go ahead. You want to plug anything?
Just follow me socially at Pete Illustrated on Instagram and X. Straight Outta Gotham with Eric Holzman, Chevy, Long Island. _O_G Facebook group fan page X as well. Spidey Coalition on X. If you want some Spider-Man stuff, check that out. It's like a little side podcast. And I'm all over BOF and the Batman Book Club. And hanging out with Laura over there.
Yeah, that's a good podcast to listen to. Recap all the comics that are bad each month from Batman. From DC, that's Batman stuff.
I hope somebody's listening. I wonder if anyone listens over there. I'm very curious.
Well, I send them the link. I send DC the link.
You send them the link.
Well,
I'm very curious. It's like it'd be nice to know, dude, wow, Peter doesn't like what's going on with Batman right now. What are we going to do? This it'd be interesting to have an influence.
That's part of the deal. I send in all the links, all the review links each week. So.
My name's on every review, so I own
it. Yeah. All right. For me, Batman-on-film.com. 26 years. Came and went. It just slipped my mind. It was like 4 or 5 days later, I went, oh, Batman on Film turned 26 a few days ago. So there you go.
Been drinking for a long time.
Did I ever tell you that story how I started it on a web TV in 1998?
I thought Rachel started it and you just hooked up the web TV.
Possibly.
That's what I thought.
We'll see. All right. Speaking of Rachel,
Natalia.
She's going to finish up here. We'll catch you next time.
You have been listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jet's official podcast on Batman on Film. Follow BOF on Threads at The Batman on Film. Follow BOF on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Batman on Film. To help keep BOF up and running, go to patreon.com/BatmanOnFilm, or you can buy BOF a beer at buymeacoffee.com/TheRealBatmanOnFilm. For Jet and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original. Batman on Film, founded in 1998.